the second part, that they're prepared to have these guys play out the year, that should have been your public stance for a long time. They've backed themselves into a corner by publicly saying about Dak and Amari in particular, of course we're getting them extended. And that's where now it feels like they're backtracking a bit, like, well, maybe we'll make them play out the deal. And I'm sure Dak and Amari's agents feel some type of way about that. With Zeke, they've always said we have extra time, we got a couple years. As far as these guys becoming top 5 paid guys at their spots, if they are offering Dak Prescott top 5 quarterback money, even if it's number 5, 5th best quarterback money, he is crazy, in my mind, not to take it. Like, Dak Prescott, that would put him at the $30+ million a year mark. There is no ranking in the world where anyone would think Dak Prescott's one of the 5 best quarterbacks in football. The NFL players just voted they didn't have him one of the 15 best quarterbacks in football. And I know it's not always highest paid is the best. I get that. It has to do with when you come up, things like that. But this would be, for Dak Prescott should grab that and take that. For Amari, it's a reasonable offer, even if you don't think he's one of the 5 best receivers, because after he signs it, Julio get a new deal, jump over him. Tyreek probably jump over him. Then he's 7th, 8th highest paid. For Zeke, I get why he'd say top 5. I should be top 1. Now, the Cowboys' argument would be, okay, yeah, and you can be top 1 if you wait. But you don't have a year left on your deal like these other guys do. But the making them play it out if they won't accept the offers makes sense to me. And Dak Prescott not being interested in $30+ million a year after the up and down start to his career he's had would be crazy to me. Maybe the details of the contract aren't what this report makes it seem, but that seems like a lot of money for Dak to turn down.
Yeah, first, you can't even make the determination on Dak until you know the guarantees. You need to know how that money's stacked up. And this is just an old tactic of organizations. They want to negotiate in the public. So they want the public sentiment to be on their side. That's why she released that. Oh, there's generous offers out there. Well, of course, we knew that. Oh, Dak's going to be one of the top 5. He should. Kirk Cousins got $28 million 2 years ago to be able to reset the market. So them getting generous offers, Jerry has said that he was going to make them generous offers. What's his repercussion with Amari Cooper? All he can do is franchise him, which makes him one of the top 5 highest paid then. So I'm not surprised by any of this. Jerry is going to the PR side to try to get the Cowboys and the fans to side with him. Oh, man, we're trying to win a championship. I'm giving them generous offers. But this is something you cannot do. You cannot negotiate contracts in the media because it doesn't matter. Right now, there's only a handful of running backs making more than Zeke makes right now. So to make him a top 5, that's not no news flash. There's only 3 running backs making more than $10 million. So yeah, I can understand what Jerry's doing, but if I'm the players, I'm not moved by it. Dak, I need to know what the guarantees are. The guarantees are more important than the average. Kirk Cousins got 3 years, all of it guaranteed. And that's what Dak should be looking at. So before I say Dak is foolish about turning down a top 5 salary, I need to see how that bread is stacked up.
Jerry has done this whole thing in the public. He's negotiated all these deals in the public, starting from a year ago when he and Stephen were both talking about how he foresaw all this, how he would foresee this all would go. But do you really think we'll start the season with these 3 guys or any of the 3 of them on prove-it deals?
Oh, absolutely. I think one of them definitely is going to be on I don't think they're going to get all 3 of them re-signed. And now Dak and Amari are already there, so they don't have to worry about Dak or Amari refusing to play on that. That's never been on the board for Dak, and once Amari showed up, we knew it wasn't on the board for him. Zeke's a different story. Now, to Chris's point that this is an old management tactic, I agree. And it's hard to find anyone that is more for players getting paid than me. I understand your point that it can be funny money. Sometimes it is, oh, it looks great, but it's not once you actually break it down. I'd be operating under the assumption that the Dak Prescott offer would be the standard percentage guaranteed. Whatever the median number of the total deal guaranteed, the first 2.5 years is usually about what it is. To me, that would be overpaying for Dak, and I don't think Dak can push the leverage much further. I don't think the Kirk Cousins comparison is a fair one in this regard. Kirk was only in that position because he was the only quarterback in modern NFL history that I can think of that level to hit true free agency. The league could bid on him. They couldn't franchise tag him again, and he had open bidding for him. Dak's trying to do this 3 years before he could hit true free agency, when he's got a year left on his deal, and the 2 times he was franchised the way, could be franchised the way Kirk Cousins were. So there's a lot of quarterbacks that if they hit the Cousins level of free agency would get crazy money deals. That's how he got the full guarantee.
But when I'm Dak
Minnesota.
and I'm Dak's agent, I don't care how they got the money. That ain't my problem.
Sure.
That ain't part of my negotiation. Oh, this guy was a free agent. Oh, this guy was franchised. I don't care. It don't matter. Who are the top highest paid? All right? Give me their averages. They don't go, oh, well, this guy, Aaron Rodgers, they came to him 2 years before. Oh, Drew Brees, they gave him a 1-year deal. No. It's a matter of what the money is, how much is he averaging, and what the guarantees are. So Kirk Cousins, I don't care if he dropped off the moon. Dude got $28 million guaranteed. It reset the quarterback market. Aaron Rodgers looked at Kirk Cousins and said, that money's real. He didn't care. So Dak, we need to be able to see how the money's stacked up. And I'm different than you, Nick. All these quarterbacks, ain't none of them overpaid in my book.
Oh,
ain't not. You said he was overpaid.
The overpaid in this regard. Listen, I don't think I understand the philosophy.
How much money would it take for you to sit behind that quarterback 7 steps and have somebody annihilate you?
Of course.
So everyone playing that position, they deserve the money because they're going to have to earn it.
Oh, right. I agree with the 2 philosophies I agree with. One is nobody in the world's overpaid because you're paid what someone determines your worth. And the other one is that these guys, I want them all to get the money. And if it were baseball and there was no cap to it, to me, it would be an irrelevant point. It would just be the Jerry Jones's money and Stephen Jones's money. Because we talk all the time about the pie and the percentage of the pie that you're going to take. When I say overpaid, I mean in relation to his ability to help the team win games. And so it's not about...
We only got one Tom Brady. The rest of them should be getting what they can get. Tom Brady is the only model. Oh, you know something? Drew Brees ain't giving nobody no discount. Ben Roethlisberger ain't giving nobody no discount.
Right.
So why should these young players? Man, you know what happens when you get older? When you leave the league, all you got is money and memories. You need to get as many of them as possible. As far as what they do with the salary cap, Stephen Jones, that's his job.
Absolutely.
It's not Dak's job.
Right, and the point I'm making is I don't think Dak's going to get let's just assume the guarantees are average. I don't think Dak's going to do better than this. If I thought if he held firm, all of a sudden he's going to do better than this, I don't think I think Dak playing out his deal on a prove-it deal, which is the other part of this report. If you don't accept this, we'll let you play out this season.
Will actually hurt him.
I think it will hurt him financially. I do not think Dak at the end of this year, especially if we don't know if Zeke's going to be there for the beginning of it, is going to come out on the other side of this where he's in a better position than what is being reported as being offered. Now, C's point that let's see if there's a counter report leaked by the players' people saying, man, this is nonsense. This is their year-to-year deals. Because Tyron Smith with the Cowboys, for example, the headline was highest paid when he signed his deal years ago, highest paid left tackle ever. And then we found out it was like 6 one-year options, that it was a totally team-slanted deal. So if that's the case, then that changes things. If we could circle back to Zeke just for a moment, man, Zeke, it appears the Cowboys' philosophy is this. Listen, man, if you have this much time left on your contract, what we would be giving you in guarantees, we hope to receive in discounts. The closer you get to free agency, the more leverage the player has to squeeze as much money as possible. The further away you are, what the player typically receives is security. What the team receives is a financial discount. And they seem to be saying through the media, through Jane Slater, we ain't giving you both. Todd Gurley got both. Todd Gurley got the money early and the most money ever and the most guarantees ever. And the Rams are probably regretting it right now. And the Cowboys seem to be saying, we're not going to make that same mistake.
This has the feel like it started out as something Jerry Jones guaranteed and was a little flippant about. Like, of course, we get deals done. This is going to happen. I know who's important. Feels like it's getting uglier. It feels like this might not be close to playing itself out the way we thought it might.
Jenna, nothing has changed. Amari Cooper told us he's going to play out this deal. He don't need a new deal. He said he's comfortable with it. And if he's able to do that, they have the franchise tag available. Dak, they were going to give him a contract before we start to open the season. He's still going to do that. It's still the same. And Zeke, it's a problem, man. Zeke's trying to reset the running back market, and Jerry doesn't feel like he can afford those 3 players and build afford some of the defensive players. So, to me, zero has changed from yesterday. Zeke is serious because he decided, I ain't going to come to camp. He let you know he was taking this serious. Amari and Dak are walking, saying the company line. So I believe that Dak will get signed. Amari, they will continue to wait on because it's more of a club-friendly deal.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from First Things First, or go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.